Just a little bit of intro. Uh, I wrote this on Saturday. This is kind of a response. It's titled "15 Women Say Why They Don't Need Feminism," a response, and it's exactly about that. Read this article on BuzzFeed, uh, and pretty much the title of the article was "15 Women Say Why They Don't Need Feminism." And at first, I wasn't gonna respond to it, but you know, inspiration, the way it goes. I was kind of inspired based on some of the responses or based on some of the things they said. I don't know. So this is pretty much a poem in response to that. So 15 women say why they don't need feminism, a response. 1. Whether you decide to politicize your gender or not, there are men in positions of power who are very much willing to do for you. So yes, darling, you certainly have no need to. 2. You are not a victim. I am not either. I am not a victim and I've never been of a car accident leading to death, I'm sure. You can understand why I feel the need to say that I don't need insurance, or rather, say that because I am not and I've never been a victim, I don't need to appreciate the work Matt does. If you are not, I believe you'll agree that to do this would be mad. 3. I don't think it's called playing the victim when there are records, even though most go undocumented, of actual victims. 4. I promise you that just because you as a woman in the Western world are not oppressed does not mean you have to wait until you are before you feel the need to join in the fight against the oppression of women, of anybody across the world, Western or not. 5. I hope you become 2 again and get as presents a fish and a bicycle for your birthday. My wish for you is this: that your fish rides your bicycle away when you're asleep in the night and never comes back. And guess what? You get no more presents until the day it does. It sounds like a dream to you, doesn't it? You know it's possible to just wake up, so here's a second wish: that you never wake up from it. And if you do, here's a third: that you realize that what you consider dreams are realities for some, and some realities are beyond what few can even begin to dream of. Privilege is a reality few can only dream of. I might be wrong, I sometimes am, but it just might be true that fishes wish all day long that they too can ride bicycles. 6. You do know that you can use what you call critical thinking skills and still represent yourself along with other women, right? No skill is worth anything if not used. Remember that. 7. You do not need to belittle a man in order to lift yourself up. I agree. I must need remind you that you do not need to belittle a woman either, especially those who do not know what it means to be courageous and strong, like you. 8. Men have issues too, of course, and straight people too, and those in the religious and racial majority, and definitely rich people too. 9. Sorry. And stop being a girl about it. 10. Someone has to be blamed, right? I'll join you to play the game, so here goes. It's the way she looked at me. Her skirt was too short, she was drunk, she didn't say no, but let's ignore the fact that eyes can look away. A cab can be found for her to get her home safe. She didn't say yes either. Let's forget the times the apparel that wrapped a fully clothed body was ripped apart. What if her body was even unclad? Do we now forget the rule, or are we not taught to not touch what doesn't belong to us? 11. Like an unsolvable riddle, go back to 8. Again and again and again until you really get it. 12. I'm glad that you don't look oppressed. Even then, I must say that not a lot of people who indeed are look like it. 13. Don't wait until you are a target, dear. An army does not now start to prepare for war when the enemy is approaching base. There are no enemies here. As long as we are fighting together for the same thing, believe it or not, it's true. Much is expected of men because we are respected and reminded that we should know and do better. than behaving like beasts instead of the humans we are. 14. I too believe inequality exists because of entitlement and supremacy that's existed for centuries now. 15. Nice to meet you too. It's always nice to put a face to a name.